Well, here we are, midsummer, the sun is out, the flowers are really at their best. Now, some of us try and grow our favorite plants, but have some difficulty. So today what I thought I'd do, I select some plants that people love, but have difficulty growing. And what I want to do is give you some alternatives you can use to get the same kind of effect. So let's start off with number one, lavender. Who doesn't love that look? The blue flowers, the amazing fragrance. But to be honest, lavender plants can be a little tricky to grow. So what alternatives can we use to lavender? Well, I've got three different ways of doing this. Starting off early, the nepetas or catmints, and here's one just past its best. It's been blooming for a very long time. The little secret to making them look nice, they will grow up, they will flower, it will look like lavender, then all of a sudden they sort of collapse. You've got to cut them back. Early July is probably the best time. If you cut too late, they won't flower again. But don't be too gentle. I give it a haircut about 2 inches above the soil level. You can see I'm just snipping along there, and very shortly it will bounce back, and you can see already there are some baby shoots coming up. So don't be afraid. July the 4th, forget all that barbecue stuff, get out there and cut your nepetas back. That's what I say. And within a couple of weeks it will kind of look like this. This one was given a haircut 2 weeks ago. This will do the same thing, and then it will come back into flower. And another one that blooms just after the nepeta is the salvias or sages. And again, this one is just finishing. If you give this one a lesser haircut, so what I'm going to do is just cut the flower buds, the spent flowers I should say, off. You could use shears, and you'd be surprised how quickly they actually have, it's difficult to see here, but right in those axils just below where I cut, new flowers will come out. And the quicker you do this, the more flowering you can get out of your sages. And one final alternative, unfortunately I don't have a blue flowering one, but these are veronicas. And again, that's upright flower stalk, deep blue flowers if you get the right variety. The new varieties are fantastic, so I'm quite happy to promote veronicas. What I have in front of me here are a selection of asters. Those are the daisy-like flowers that flower later in the season. Just for a show though, this one for some reason has come into flower. This is a New England aster called wedding lace, and it usually gets about, from the ground, about 4 or 5 feet tall. Now the problem is the deer absolutely love them, and you may never see them ever flower because the deer will keep chomping them down at ground level. The answer is very simple. You need a fragrant aster, and that's this chap here. It will give you a whole swath of blue flowers, September, October, probably 4 weeks of flowers out of this little chap. Really quite amazing. The secret is in that word fragrance. The foliage, if you crush it, it's got a spicy smell, and the deer really don't like it, so they leave it alone. So you can plant this out in drifts out in deer country and have wonderful blue flowers later in the summer. So one of the popular flowers down here at Greystone Gardens are the lilies. Now they're all different kinds. In front of me I have one of the really nice ones. These are Asiatic lilies, and once people see them open in flower, they've got to have them. This is a small variety, and this is typically what we see growing in the yards around here. The problem being is that they are vulnerable to animals eating them, not just the tops, but rodents that tunnel, voles, even mice can find the bulbs and eat them all up. That's true of this one. This is a oriental lily. These tend to be much taller. This is actually a dwarf form. Varieties like Casablanca will get up as high as me. They have wonderful fragrant flowers. The alternative I want to suggest is using daylilies, but not just the old-fashioned ones. Some of the new ones are fantastic. Now let me just show you this one. Now this one you see in every gas station between here and the Jersey Shore. Stelladora. It's been out for a long time. They say it flowers forever. It doesn't really. Flowers heavily, then on and off. Some of the new ones, this is Jersey Early Bird, will flower much better, and you got a whole range of different colors on them. Now, one wonderful thing about daylilies is the tunneling animals, the rodents, will not damage them. They will come back year after year after year. The deer do like to eat the flower buds. So once the flower buds form, a little bit of deer spray on them if you've got a deer problem, and that should keep them away. Alternatively, the flower buds can actually be sauteed. A little bit of butter, they're actually quite tasty. But if you want to see the flowers, you really don't want to be doing that. So maybe in the next few weeks, I'll look at some shade perennials that have the same alternative use as well.